So we've got a couple of reader questions now for Simon Majdulski, the Director of Rules and Handicapping at Golf Australia. And Simon, Andrew has said that he drove off the tee and hit a cyclone wire fence that protected the adjacent tee. The ball fell directly at the base of the fence with no swing, and he just wants to know if it's a penalty or can he get a free drop.
Yeah, this is a good question. The first thing that Andrew really needs to do is to have a look at the local rules. The rules of golf will consider that the cyclone fence is an immovable obstruction, so he'd get relief from area of intended swing or from his stance if that was actually impeding him. But if he's actually a little bit behind the cyclone fence, it might be on his line of sight, but not actually impeding his physical stroke. Now, some clubs, they'll provide a local rule to cater for that. They might provide drop zones where people have their line of sight affected. So Andrew may have the option of going to the drop zone, or he may just purely have to operate under the immovable obstruction rule of golf, which is Rule 24.2. But in any case, the advice for all players in that type of situation is check the local rules on the scorecard, and that will provide the direction.
And Tom says that he's been putting, and when he putts he likes to place the club as close to the ball as possible. And if he touches the ball without making it roll, what's the verdict? Is it a penalty? And does that same rule apply through the course?
So what Tom's doing is addressing the ball in this instance. If he touches the ball whilst he's addressing the ball but doesn't actually move it, there's no penalty. If Tom were to move the ball in that circumstance, then there would be a penalty. So the advice would always be try to get a little bit away from the ball. But if Tom wants to continue to do what he's doing, there's certainly no problem in just touching the ball when he's addressing it. So long as, again, he doesn't move the ball.
So what's the definition of oscillating?
Oscillating is not really a rules of golf term. The consideration is more if the ball has left its place of rest and it's come to rest in another position. If it does that, then the ball would be deemed to have moved, and the player would incur the one-stroke penalty. If the ball just tips slightly but comes straight back to its original position, then there'd be no penalty for that.